Okay, so in a previous clip, we went through extraction of copper from copper oxide, and in this example, we're going to just very briefly go through a similar example, but this time using iron oxide, which is a slightly more complicated balanced equation. But we're going to use iron oxide again. We're going to use carbon as the reducing agent, and as we just said in the previous clip, the reducing agent has to be a more reactive metal. Obviously, carbon, not specifically a metal, but can act as a metal in this type of situation in terms of it being a reducing agent and able to displace a metal. So our metal ion. So we're going to produce, in the same way as we did last time, carbon dioxide, and then produce the metal as the free atom. So we'll use iron 3 oxide as the example this time, and that's going to produce carbon dioxide and iron. We're going to have two of these producing 3 molecules of CO2 and 3 carbons, and as a result 4 ions. And in the way we looked at copper, we have to look at the copper, the iron ions this time, producing the iron atoms, and in doing so we have to reduce it. And as we know from the previous example, the reduction is the gain of electrons. So in order to fully reduce iron 3 down to the neutral atom, we need to gain 3 electrons, and those electrons will have come from the carbon in carbon's process of being oxidized to CO2. And as we know, oxidation can be regarded as the loss of electrons, or in this situation, an example allows us to see it's also regarded as the gain of electrons. But what we can see is that in order for the process of reduction to occur, we must also have had a process of oxidation to occur, giving us what's known as an oil rig reaction. So oil oxidation is loss, with rig reduction is gain. Both of those processes occurring simultaneously in what's known as a reduction oxidation reaction, or for simpler terminology, a redox reaction, where reduction and oxidation occur, and that will be the driving force between metal extraction examples, using, as we said, a more reactive metal, carbon, a non-metal in this example, but the carbon has to be more reactive. So we have to use the reactivity series, but carbon be more reactive than iron for this extraction to work.